Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day that I officially turn 25 years old. Release the balloons! I'm getting older! Yay! I don't know why I feel old. Probably because of like all the old video games I used to play back in my childhood and whatnot. And considering that I was born back in 1997, I guess you could say it's valid I kind of feel old because I was born in the 1990s. So it's like, oh hey, I'm an old timer. I'm a boomer basically. But this one's a very special one because not only am I turning a quarter century, these 2 upcoming years have been quite a battle for me because of depression and anxiety. And since I've been able to get into a more stable state, I was not able to do it alone. I had help of friends and excuse me, sorry about that. I had some help from friends along the way, and of course, the community that's been involved with us today. And I have a lot of people to thank. So we're going to be doing a special video thanking people individually, the very special friends that I have today, and to hope that there's many more years for us to come together and everything. But first off, I want to thank you guys as my community for sticking with me through my tough times. And literally when it seemed like all was lost, I really appreciate that you guys stuck with me and everything, because like even with Titanfall 2 having the DDoSing bullcrap and whatnot, it was not easy to cope. And obviously I laid low for a while, and I was like, hey guys, I talked to Garza at Respawn, and you know, their help is on the way. But unfortunately that didn't age well, so it's like, well, ain't that a bitch. I still feel like it's on its last legs, but it's not dead. I don't think it's really ever going to just like die officially. It's just on its last legs, like its official last life, because Titanfall 2 literally has 9 lives, and when each life is expended, there comes a new revival and whatnot. But just thank you guys so much for everything and sticking with me and whatnot. All right, and now with that out of the way, we're going to be introducing some very cool people that have helped me along the way to getting me into a really better stable state, because literally without them I probably wouldn't have been able to get back into a stable state of mental health like I am today. So let's get started going from A to Z. Who is Alta Sama, otherwise known as Alta? Alta, Simster Alta, Sister Alta, Alta, the Cupcake Overlord. She is one of my YouTube moderators, and of course, the moderator on Discord. I basically met her when I reached 10,000 milestones, excuse me, 10,000 subscribers, and she made this little figurine for me in the subreddit, and I was like, oh my god, I absolutely love it. Holy cow. It's like, it's this cute little small version of me, and I was just like, I freaking love it, and it's holding a small little heart for me too. And I was like, Alta, I love this so much that I literally had to feature it in a YouTube video and whatnot. And it's like, I love this so much. Alta doesn't stream or anything, but she does vibe a lot in the Discord, but she hasn't been around considering that IRL stuff has been going on. But I really wanted to give a special thank you to Alta for all of the... I want to give a special thank you to Alta for all the special wisdom that she's given me when it comes to... when it came to me having my very bad struggles and my very bad moments when it came to mental health, where like everything just seemed like so hopeless and helpless and whatnot. Her wisdom literally goes beyond the cosmos and the stars, where it's just like, holy cow, how do you know this much? And that's also because we both have kind of been through a similar type of thing, where it's like, it doesn't seem like this is worth it, or it's like, it doesn't seem like I'm worthy enough. But with her wisdom, I've been able to read her quote. I've been able to read her wisdom like over and over again, and it's really helped me in the long run because I've given it all time. Alta, thank you so much, my dear sister Alta. I really appreciate your help, and it has been such an honor to have you as one of my moderators as well, and I'm really happy that you're still with me today too. Ladies and gentlemen, who is Arth Mela, otherwise known as Artie or Arthi or Arth? She is a variety streamer that is also a VTuber. She does a lot of Final Fantasy raids, and not to mention, I mean, she does quite a bit of everything, but one thing that she does have in common, which is pretty much like the best thing about her, is her level of sweetness. Her sweetness goes literally way beyond that. Even I can't even frickin' match up against it, because literally, if you put my sweetness up against Arth's, literally she'll beat me like 9,000 times out of 10. I don't know how to explain how sweet she is, but how has Arth helped me along the way with, you know, better mental health and whatnot? It's just because of her personality. Her sweethearted personality has made me realize that it's always okay to be a very nice person, and she also goes through quite a bit of similar things that I have, and we both have been able to learn that at the end of the day that we will be okay at the end of all of it, because even though that shit gets overwhelming, it's all going to be okay at the end. And honestly, I'm very thankful that I met Arth in my life, and honestly, I'm happy to watch her doing a lot of Final Fantasy streams, and I'm hoping to do some Destiny 2 with her later on in anything. But Arth, thank you so much, my dear. I really appreciate your freaking sweet, overpowered 9,000 abilities and whatnot. You're too strong for me in sweetness, but I thank you for helping me, Arth. I really, really appreciate it. All right, who is General Burnout? This dude. Let me tell you, this dude, Burnout, holy cow, does he have some crazy good vibes? And if you first watch Burnout stream, you're probably you're in for a good time, because not only is he freaking hilarious and fun to watch, he's insanely blunt. Like, if you have something where it's like, I feel like this is this, he's insanely blunt and truthful and honest and straightforward. I don't know if he's doing a VTuber model, but he does at least have a PNG VTuber model that does quite a bit of Titanfall 2. He also does Destiny 2. I swear to God, you need to work on your callouts on raids sometimes. What are ways that Burnout has helped me through my times? Well, considering that I said he's blunt, he's given me a lot of truth. But, like, you know, basically the point is, don't be a bitch and get her done if you want to do better yourself. You got to get yourself out of that rut, and you can't do it just by sitting around, basically. Because you got to stand up and you got to get out there in order to make something for yourself. You can't just be sitting around. Like, basically, you can't just be sitting around going like, okay, yeah, everything's going to be fine. You really got to get your ass up and get yourself moving, because magic doesn't always come around when you're sitting around doing stuff. So, Burn, thank you so much for being a dear friend, and of course, a freaking amazing motivator. Coming up next, we have Star. Originally, she was known as Cirrus Cyclone, but she has recently changed her name to Winter Starlight. At the time where I was planning to do this, her name was Cirrus Cyclone. So we're going to be sticking with the fact that she has been a C on this list at this time, but we're still going to be calling her Star. I'm pretty sure there's a big reason why Star fits her really well. Because, my God, does that personality of hers shine brighter than the stars in the night? If you were to look into the sky and look at the star that's shining bright like a diamond, I'm pretty sure you would recognize that as Winter Starlight, because, my lord, the chaotic energy that she brings and the wobbles that she brings, and not to mention just like the vibes that she brings when people are gaming together as well, is such a blast, honestly, to be around. But Star is also another variety streamer. Formerly was mainly focused on Titanfall 2, just like I was at the same time, but now that Titanfall 2 is not really, you know, in the best state, she's mostly doing variety. Honestly, like, every time I just go into Lurk, it's like, it's so relaxing to be watching a Star stream as I'm just, like, drawing or doing some other stuff as she's doing some other games, and then all of a sudden, I just hear her laughing so freaking hard that that she's just, like, dying in the background, and I just can't help but laugh at the same time, too. But how has Star helped me as well when it comes to the journeys of getting better mental health? Well, basically, her and Alta came in together with some really awesome advice, which is why Alta is known as Sister Alta and Star is known as Sister Star. Because together, they're pretty much an unstoppable force of wholesome. And it's kind of incredible, really. But Star also has, like, wisdom just like Alta, where she has given me lots of great advice for me to read over and whatnot, and to just, like, really think and really give time and to really just, like, think over going like, yeah, you know, that really does kind of make sense. Obviously, I wouldn't really be able to get it, like, instantaneously because of the state of mind I was in, but eventually her advice, just like Alta's, really resonated with me, and I was forever grateful, and I literally cried tears of joy, like, almost every day, every time that I read it. So, Star, thank you so much for being a dear friend, being a dear sister, just like Alta, and giving me all this helpful advice, which I do usually read almost every other day as well when I'm having a tough time. It's like, I need to remember what Star and Alta said. And I also need to remember what Burn said. I also need to remember what everybody else said. So thank you so much, Star. All right, moving on to an OG of the Titanfall 2 community, who is Dino. Dinosaur D123. Also known as, well, pretty much my father, my dad. Basically, Dino is the biggest inspiration for me to becoming a Twitch streamer on Twitch, and ultimately becoming a better content creator myself, and ultimately leading into my growth with Titan gameplay and whatnot. But Dino is essentially playing Diablo right now, but Dino is known as the Bill Nye of Titans. He basically has like Titans broken down to a science, and basically with his old videos, given the fact that with gameplay tips and like other types of mechanics and whatnot with Titans, he'll break it down to you in a science, and you'll just be so freaking fascinated that you literally have no choice but to just listen, because this man has so much brain, it's just so freaking unbelievable. He excels with Ronin gameplay, just like a lot of others in the Titanfall Titan gameplay community and whatnot, and it's really incredible to watch his gameplays. But how has Dino helped me? Well, basically, the biggest thing that he's told me is to change my perspective. Because my mind loves to lie to me, and Dino has been very true to me and very awesome to me, even though that he has not been around as much. I still have him as a true friend to me, and I still to this very day take his advice, and I'm forever grateful for it, because changing your perspective, changing the way that you look at things, looking at things differently can definitely ultimately go a long way if you really give it a lot of time. Dino, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you, Dad. Who is Grizzy? AKA the guy that literally never appears online on Discord. The guy that literally spends every single day in Iniquity's basement, and speaking of which, I still believe he's in there right now.
Oh my god, he's loud.
Holy
Grizzy is also another fellow Titanfall 2 player. He specializes in literally just being cracked at the game on PC because, my god, his wingman gameplay, what the f is this? Grizzy, are you actually... Every time I look at Grizzy playing Titanfall 2, I'm thinking, is this guy is something else? Like his wingman gameplay? And then like 86 bombs? I'm like, sorry Grizzy? Who the hell are you? But he's also been playing a lot of Elden Ring as well. He pretty much kind of just does anything. Like, he kind of just goes with the flow. He's like, you know what? I'm going to stream, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. And he literally just goes with the flow. And that's probably one of the most admirable things I've seen ever in a content creator. And so how has Grizzy helped me through my adventures? Well, basically, when it comes to the world of content creation and wanting to combat depression and anxiety with it, basically is to always keep your expectations low. Like... The disappointment mostly doesn't really come from the life of content creation, it's mostly from your expectations, because you make a video, you always expect something to do so well, but at the same time, once you see that actually it doesn't do well, you'll start to beat yourself up for it, and then blame yourself, which is never really a fair thing to do to yourself. It's a very harsh thing to do to yourself, because you have this critical voice in your head all the damn time, that's just so loud and obnoxious, and it just tells you, hey, you suck because this video didn't do as well. And it's not fair, really. So Grizzy has given me some helpful advice to always keep my expectations low and to just literally go with the flow. It never really matters about the numbers, it always matters about just creating content. Just literally just content creation itself. So Grizzy, I appreciate your help, and I appreciate you still being a dear friend of mine. Oh boy. Am I allowed to play a theme song? No, of course not. I'm gonna get copyright striked. Who the hell is Iniquity? Who the goddamn hell is Iniquity? The better question is, who the hell doesn't know about Iniquity? I mean, I don't even have to say what he does. He plays Titanfall 2. He wears purple. He makes sarcastic jokes. He mostly tells me to shut up because I laugh too much. Even when I come to spam some text-to-speech trolls in his chat when he's streaming on Twitch, it's just like, it's fun to watch you go through this. But how has Iniquity helped me through my struggles with mental health? Basically, kind of just like Grizzy. Keeping your expectations low, always holding forward, always remembering that, you know, it's like... One thing that he advised me to do is that once I'm done with content creation and, like, you know, working on content, is to just get off of Twitter, get off of every part of social media, and literally just focus on, you know, personal life and whatnot. Because if you don't... Because the less time you have to focus on numbers and like algorithmic bullcrap and whatnot, the more happier you could be. Even though that, you know, numbers don't mean anything, it can still really get you down when it's like, okay, why is this not doing as well, or blah 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 blah, or anything else like that. But it really does go a long way to just like not focus on it at any time. It's like your mind does tend to wander and stare into statistics, and it definitely just helps to just like, you know, staying on task to just close it all off, and then, you know, to just like have fun and just trying to entertain rather than just focusing on those. If a video doesn't do well, of course it stings, but just trying not to dwell on it. And even when it comes for Titanfall 2, they're definitely down, and it's completely understandable, honestly. So thank you so much, Derek, for being such a dear friend to me, and sticking with me even through this tough time as well. Coming up next in the I section, who is Ishii? I'm pretty sure you know who Ishii is. She has literally been around in the Titanfall directory for pretty much the whole entire lifespan of Titanfall, if you think about it. Ishii does a lot of Titanfall. And honestly, it's been a while since I've stopped by and heard from her, but I'm very glad that she is doing well. But of course, what is it that I have to thank from her? Well, I can't really remember off the top of my head, but she's given me a lot of text walls, and they have been really helpful. Honestly, they just resonate. It's like, you know, staying true to yourself, just remember that you are loved, remember that you're a champ, remember that you've got this. Because for a while because back in these days, I've been insanely stubborn, and she has always told me to just, like, put your chair back into champ mode and handle this shit. You got this. You just gotta tough it out. You just gotta get through it, get out of that rut, shake it off. You got this. Thank you so much, Ishii. I really appreciate being with you. And we are coming up on our final two. Who is Pandasaur? Pandasaur, he hasn't been live recently, but I'll tell you this much, that he is also freaking awesome. I met him through Star, aka Winter Starlight, of course, and he does a lot of he has done a lot of Titanfall 2 back in the day when it was not being DDoS, and then he also does some other variety things here and there. And then I also watched him play through the whole entire Halo Infinite campaign in one sitting, and I'm like, bro, hello? You're kind of insane, honestly. But he does a lot of variety stuff too, just like the other streamers that I have mentioned here and there and whatnot and everywhere else. How has Pandasaur helped me out? Well, basically, there was one day where I was kind of struggling a little bit. I'm like, I don't know how I'm feeling about this. And then Pandasaur showed me a screenshot of a quote of another content creator going like, I've made a promise to not focus on the numbers anymore, and I've made a promise to just create because I want to create. He's also told me that, like, literally every inch of progress honestly matters. It doesn't matter how slow it is. It's just, if it's progress, it's progress. It doesn't need to be, like, super productive or anything. It's just progress, and that's all that matters. Pandasaur, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure meeting you, of course, and I hope that we have more moments together. And finally, who is Smurfson? Smurf! Eat this, nerds! I'm pretty sure you recognize him by that, too. Eat this, nerds! Yo, 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 yo! Smurfson is a Titanfall 2 content creator who's also played Apex Legends. He is playing a lot of Apex Legends recently and has been grinding his ass off to master difficulty, to masters, and that has been insanely admirable. He also is really good at video editing and also making trailers, which, as you can see, he's made the the Titanfall 2 North Star trailer, and holy cow, it was so fun to be a part of that too. And he just all around is like an editing god, and I wish I had his level of editing as well. So how has Smurfson, the final person here on the list, helped me so much? Well, basically, we both have been the same thing, struggling in terms of looking at numbers, algorithm bullcrap on YouTube and whatnot, and we have both come to, you know, realize and agree that, you know, to stay humble, to keep our heads up, to just literally enjoy creating because we want to create, not for just some stupid numbers that want to go up. It's like, that sounds ridiculous, you know? Just literally create because you want to create. Like, you know, just having a successful, like having a personality where it's like, you know, it feels like we're like, you know, and we were talking about like how success is. Like, success really isn't where it's like you have 1 million subscribers and you're successful. No, it's not really like that automatic. Success is like when you feel happy and you feel like you could take on anything, and like when you could just like feel like you're able to just like make stuff work and just feel like, you know, you're happy, you're able to, you know, pay off your stuff and everything. That's success. That's real true success. And even when it's like getting up and feeling a little better than previously before, even a little bit. And Smurfson, eat this, nerds. Yo, 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 yo. Thank you for being a friend, Smurfson. I love ya. And that will about do it. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate every single one of you. And thank you so much for all the birthday wishes, too. And I will see you guys next time. Peace and take care. I'm turning 25 and I'm turning older. Oh God.